Hello, good day to you, and thanks for joining us on Express Updates. I am Honorable Beverly Jabia. And now to our news headlines. Mahama orders MMDCs to declare assets by July 15th and warns of sanctions. And now over 3,500 graduates disqualified from national service due to unaccredited institutions. And an Iranian ambassador defends military response to Israel as legitimate self-defense. And our Lexi the Comic reveals free tickets often used to fill venues amid low sales. Now the news in details. In our first story, President John Dramani Mahama has instructed all metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives to declare their assets by July 15, 2025. He made this known during an orientation and training program for MMDCs held in Accra on Wednesday, June 18th. Now, the president emphasized the importance of transparency and the responsible use of the District Assembly's common fund. He highlighted that the government has implemented measures to transfer the largest amount of funds in the history of the Fourth Republic to MMDCs.
We have taken steps to transfer the highest amount of funds in the history of the Fourth Republic to you from the District Assembly's Common Fund. As the Finance Minister told you, 80% of the District Assembly's Common Fund is coming directly to you. We expect you to ensure the judicious and transparent use of these resources. The funds must be utilized in the interest of our people and not for our creature comforts. The Auditor General and other anti-corruption institutions will be watching your work. And as I've said previously, if any of these institutions starts investigating you, you don't expect me to interfere on your behalf. In the meantime, I wish to remind you that you are among the office holders required to declare your assets. And so I expect that by July 15th, all of you would have declared your assets.
Now, the president also hinted that the current metropolitan, municipal and district chief executives would be the last appointed as the Ghanaians prefer the elections of MMDCs.
Therefore, I urge you to work with the chiefs and religious bodies in your districts and with civil society to restore the social contract with our people. The legitimacy and authority of the state must be felt not only in law, but in the lived experience of our people. MMDCs, you may be the last batch of MMDCs appointed. The National Review Committee is going round. I'm sure some of you would have been consulted, and it will present its recommendation in August this year. And one of the major items that has been canvassed is the election of DCs. There's no doubt that Ghanaians want their DCs elected. MMDC is elected. Several surveys have shown that they prefer to have your category of political officers elected. So you may be the last dinosaurs who are appointed. Those who succeed you might have to go through elections.
In our second story, more than 3,500 graduates from 22 unaccredited tertiary institutions have been barred from the 2025-2026 National Service Program until their schools regularize their status with the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission. The National Service Authority has issued a 30-day ultimatum to these institutions, warning that failure to comply could permanently disqualify their graduates. NSA Director General Osei Entry stated this move would save the government nearly 600 million Ghana cedis annually. The NSA has urged SMEs to recruit more national service personnel to boost skills development and youth employment. In our next story, Iran's ambassador to Ghana, Ali Gumshi, has justified Iran's recent retaliatory strike against Israel, calling it a lawful act of self-defense after what he described as an unprovoked Israeli airstrike on June 13th that killed civilians and damaged infrastructure. In a statement issued in Accra, he condemned the attack as a violation of international law and accused Israel of undermining peace talks on Iran's nuclear program. He also added that Iran's response would continue with full force until necessary. And And then in our last story, Ghanaian comedian Lexi the Comic has admitted to distributing large numbers of complimentary tickets to fill in seats at the comedy shows, especially when events are recorded for television.
He explained that low ticket sales often force organizers to give out free tickets to avoid empty-looking venues. He cited Obi and Ponte's show as an example, noting that poor sales days before the event led to ticket giveaways. Lexi also highlighted that media engagement and interviews significantly reduce potential ticket revenue, as stations often request free tickets in exchange for publicity.
And this is all we have for you on Express Updates. Thank you so much for joining. I am Honorable Beverly Jabia. Do stay for the rest of our programs.